Hello future engineers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends. To your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. Let's have a problem on live loads. The live loads shown are to cross an end simply supported beam. Determine the absolute maximum moment expected for part A. The length of the beam is 18 meters, P sub 1 18 kilonewtons, P sub 2 equals P sub 3 equals 72 kilonewtons. Distance A is 4 meters, B is 9 meters. And in part B, L is 21 meters, P sub 2 is 75 kilonewtons, and P sub 3 90 kilonewtons. And all other data remain unchanged. So this is the given figure. So first, let's consider the possibility that the maximum or the absolute maximum moment occurs under the heaviest load. In this case, there's no heavy load because P2 equals P3. So let's first consider it occurs here. If not, it occurs at P2. So when P2 equals P3, the idea is when the resultant and the heavier load are closer from the center, then that's the possible way. That's the case where the absolute maximum moment occurs. So let's locate the resultant first. So let us say the resultant is somewhere, assuming all loads are still on the span. 72 plus 72 plus 18 is 144 plus 18. That would be 162 kilonewtons if all the loads are on the span. We will call this as center line between P3 and the resultant, and the other possibility is center line 2 between the resultant and P2 as shown. And we will call E sub 3 distance between the resultant and load 3 as E3, and resultant and load 2 as E sub 2. So by Varignon's theorem, 162 times E3, 162 times E3 equals 72 times 9 plus 18 times 13, where 13 is 9 plus 4. So 162 times E3 equals 72 times 9 plus 18 times 13. So solving for E3, E3 is 49 over 9 meters, and E sub 2 therefore is 9 meters minus E3, 9 minus 49 over 9 is equal to 32 over 9. Since E sub 2 is lesser than E sub 3, so when all the loads are on the span, because P2 and P3 are equal in magnitude, then the absolute maximum moment occurs under P2, under this load, if all the loads are on the span. And this controls because the resultant and the second load, 72 kilonewton loads, are closer from the center line of the beam. So that's the idea. But let's also check if the absolute maximum moment occurs under 3. But before that, let's locate the distance of load 1 from the center line, and from there we can show if load 1 is still on the span or off the span. So that distance is equal to this distance here, which is 9 meters minus E3 over 2, 1 half of E3, because that's the center line, then plus 4. Let's compare that to half the length of the beam, which is half of 18, which is 9. So 9 minus E3 over 2, 1 half of E3, then plus 4 is 10.278 meters. And since 10.278 meters is greater than half the length of the beam, that means the 18 kilonewton load will be off span, or load 1 will be off span. So therefore, the possibility that the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 3 is failing, or it fails, because the assumption is all the loads are on the span. But we still have to consider the possibility that only loads 2 and 3 will be on the span, and it occurs under load 3 later. Let's consider first this possibility that maximum moment occurs under load 2. So let's now position the loads. This is the resultant, 162, and the center line, then load 2. All the loads will be on the span if we consider load 2 and the resultant. So this is the reactions at the left and at the right of the beams. Resultant 162 because all the loads are on the span if we consider the maximum moment occurs under load 2, and that's the center line. Therefore, the distance of load 2 from the center line, or the resultant from the center line, is half of E sub 2. Half of 32 over 9 is 16 over 9 as shown. Therefore, the distance of the resultant from the left beam, because the half the length of the span is 9 meters as shown, is 9 minus 16 over 9. That is also the same distance of load 2 from the right support. 9 minus 16 over 9, and that's 65 over 9. Then the maximum moment possible under load 2 is equal to R sub R times 65 over 9 minus 18 times 4. But before that, let's solve for R sub R by summing up moments about the left and considering the whole system. So R sub R times 18 meters equals R 162 times 65 over 9. R sub R therefore is 65 kilonewtons. So the absolute maximum moment, or the maximum moment under load 2, that's the first possible value considering the forces at the right, loads at the right, is RR 65 times 65 over 9 minus 18 times 4. So the maximum moment under load 1, or under load 2 rather, is 397.4. Next, let's consider the possibility that only the two loads 2 and 3 are on the span as shown. Since the since loads 2 and 3 are of equal magnitude, the resultant 72 times 2 would be in between them as shown, 144. And since the distance between the 72 kilonewton load is 9, then the distance of the resultant from load 2 would be half of 9, 4.5 as shown. So that's the center line. This is 9 meters. So that's 4.5 meters. Then this is also 4.5 between 3 and the resultant. Then half of 4.5 is 2.25 meters as shown. Therefore, load 3 will be 9 minus 2.25 from the left support, and the resultant is also 9 minus 2.25 from the right support, and that's 6.75 meters. This is also 6.75 meters. So if maximum moment occurs under load 3, then we need RL. The maximum moment is simply RL times 6.75. So to solve for RL, consider the whole system. We sum up moment about the right support equals 0. So RL times 18 equals 144 times 6.75. So R sub L equals 54 kilonewton. So the maximum possible moment under load 3 is 54 times 6.75. So this is the other possibility. So Mmax 2 is equal to 54 times 6.75, and that is equal to 364.5 kilonewtons. And since this is lesser than the first maximum moment, the absolute maximum moment, therefore, in part A is 397.4 kilonewtons. So that's it for part A. For part B, L is 21 this time. and P2 equals 75, P3 is 90 kilonewtons. There may be a change in value. Definitely there's change in value, but maybe change in position. The maximum moment may occur under the 90 kilonewton load this time, or it may still be under load 2. Under load 2. So if all the loads are on the span, 90 plus 75 plus 18 is 183. So the resultant is 183 kilonewtons as shown. Then let's call this E sub 3, and distance from R to 2 is E sub 2. That's the center line 1, center line 2, and that's E sub 2. So by Varignon's theorem, 183 times E3 equals 75 times 9 plus 18 times 13. So E sub 3 this time is equal to 4.9672 meters, and therefore E sub 2 is 9 minus 4.9672, and that's 4.0328 meters. So let's consider first, or let's check first if the maximum moment occurs under load 3 if load 1 is still on the span. So that distance of load 1 from the center line 1 is equal to 9 minus E3 over 2 plus 4. So 9 minus 1 half of E3, 4.9672 plus 4 is 10.516 meters, and that's greater than half the length of the beam. Half of 21 is 10.5. So meaning the 18 kilonewton load is just off span, because 10.516 meters is greater than 10.5. So therefore, if the maximum moment occurs under load 3, we cannot consider all the loads. We can only consider the two loads. So if the maximum moment occurs under load 2, then load 1 will be on the span. So let's consider E sub 2. Again, if the maximum moment occurs under load 3, load 1 will be off span, and therefore we only consider 90 and 75 kilonewton load, and we will solve that again on the next slide. But if the maximum moment occurs under load 2, all the loads are on the span, and let's evaluate that possibility. So load 1 will be off span, just to the right. So let's consider the possibility that maximum moment occurs under load 2. So let's position the loads. E sub 2 is 4.0328 meters, and the first possibility, maximum moment occurs under load 2 as shown. Let's position the loads, and all the loads are on the span. This is 183. This is the center line of the beam, and half of 4.0328 is 2.0164 meters. Therefore, the distance of R from the left is 10.5 minus 2.0164. The distance of 75 kilonewton load from the right is the same, 10.5 minus 2.0164, and that's 8.4836 meters. So to solve for R sub R, we sum up moment about the left. So R sub R times 21 meters is equal to 183 times 8.4836, and R sub R is 73.929 kilonewtons. So cut here, then take moment about load 2. M max 1 is equal to RR 73.929 times 8.4836 minus 18 times 4. So the first possible maximum moment is equal to 555.2 kilonewton meter. Now, if we only consider the 90 and 75 kilonewton load, and the maximum moment occurs under load 3, this is now the situation. So the center line is here, and the resultant is 165 because we only consider 90 and 75. 18 kilonewton load is off span. In that case, we will check. 165 E3 equals 75 times 9 only. We do not consider 18 because it is off span. E3 is 45 over 11. So if E3 is 45 over 11, let's check. uh, 9 minus half of 45 over 11 plus 4 it should be greater than 10.5, so load 1 is really on outside the span. So you just evaluate that. So this is 10.5, that's the E3. Half of E3 is 45 over 11 divided by 2, 45 over 22 meters. And this is 10.5 minus 45 over 22, 93 over 11. That's the same distance that R is from the right support, uh, 93 over 11 meters. So let's solve for RL by summing up moments about the right whole system. And that's the center line. So 45 over 22, 9 minus 45 over 22, that's 7 something, plus 4, that's 11 something, which is greater than 10.5. So it really proves or shows that 18 kilonewton load will be off span. So R sub L times 21 equals 165 times 93 over 11. R sub L is equal to 465 over 7 kilonewtons. So maximum moment under load 3, second possibility is RL times 93 over 11. 465 over 7 times 93 over 11. And that is equal to 561.6 kilonewton meter. Since this is greater in magnitude than Mmax1, therefore the absolute maximum moment is 561.6 kilonewtons, and that occurs under load 3, and load 1 will be off span for that case. So the answer is 561.6 kilonewton meter. So that's it, and I hope that you were able to follow, understand the explanations and the solutions.